guys? Welcome back to the ViceCityGamerz podcast. I'm your host, Jay, and I'm joined as usual, as always, by my boys, BJ and Chris. The scene has changed. I am on a trip for work, but by the time you see this, I will be back, so don't be coming to my place trying to steal my shit. And and Chris is not in our office. What's going on with you boys, huh? What are you guys doing? What are you guys playing?
Oh, bro, what I'm playing, I started Veilguard, but I'm enjoying Veilguard. Good game, no matter, but I started playing yesterday. I started playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. Bro, if you guys haven't played it yet, get on it. Even if you just paid the $19 for the Ubisoft for the month, so you can play it and finish it, and that's it. It's a great deal. When I tell you that from the beginning scene to where I'm at right now, it's been amazing. Like the scene open. I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but I'm going to have to just a little bit.
Do it.
Is this a Japan one?
Yeah, Shadows. So it opens up with Lord what's his name? Ode Nagunaga, I think his name. Yeah,
Bless
with
you.
him, right? But it opens with Yosuke and two priests walking down the streets of Japan, right? And everywhere that they're going, you see people looking at Yosuke like this big black dude walking around which they've never seen before, right? So they all give them looks, like some of them the kids are afraid, and it's beautiful to look at as they're walking by. Then you get to the scene right before Yosuke meets the Emperor Nagunawa, Ode. I can't say his name, but right before
I pardon you from mispronouncing any Japanese names.
Yeah. So and I was stationed in Japan for 2 years. Go figure.
Just say Abu from Aladdin, bro.
Yeah, Abu from Aladdin. Anyways, so
I keep having to bite my tongue.
Right before you meet him, like the priest walk in and say, "You better not say anything." Right? Those that you better not say anything. We're gonna walk in by ourselves. So the guy comes out and says, I want you guys to come in. So the two priests walk in and try to leave Yosuke behind, and they're like, no, he wants to meet him too. So they all three walk in and they meet the samurai shogun, right? But one of the scenes that was cool is like he's asking all these questions, and then he's asking, does he understand me? Yosuke understand me? And so they give you an option to say nothing or to say, yes, I do understand you. And I picked that option, like, yes, I do understand you. And the priest is like, what the hell? He understands Japanese all of a sudden? So then they go through this whole thing and they talk, and towards the end of that meeting, he's like, you two need to leave. I need to just pick you in by himself, right? But before that happens, like, he threatens that I should just kill you for just walking in here. And when he does that, you see Yosuke like look to the left and look to the right and engage everything that's going on. And he goes, that's the how can I put this? That's
what I'm looking for.
That's the attitude of a warrior that I'm looking for, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So he makes the two priests walk out and he talks to Yosuke by himself. And then he makes him come in later on. And he basically tells him, listen, yeah, you guys could preach over here, but he has to be under my service. Right? And then it flashes forward to like one of the first scenes when you're fighting as Yosuke. And that mother is brutal, bro. He's a huge dude with huge Japanese armor and is brutal with his sword. And just like, this poor dude can't even stand with him. He just cutting through people like nothing. So that's just the first few scenes of it. And then it goes into the girl's character, Noe. And Noe, it's like a true stealth, like old school, like Assassin's Creed stealth game.
She
bro, amazing.
When you're not,
bro. No, bro, she ain't like that. She's deadly with, bro. I'm telling you, bro. She's like pure stealth, like it brings you back, because I felt like a lot of the games got away from that stealth element, but it brings you back to that stealth element. Man, what a great game! Great looking.
So you got samurai and you got ninja.
Ninja, that's right. But when I tell you that it's beautiful to look at. The game is beautiful itself to look at, because it's in that old school Japan style kind of thing, which is what people have been wanting from a Assassin's Creed game. Right. The music is amazing. There was this one part I just went through when there was some like music going on, but then it switches a little bit to like an old school kind of like 70s like martial arts kind of music. The beat, you know what I mean? Like I don't know if you remember like old Chinese karate movies and stuff like that. They had those let's say not even that old, like Kill Bill. You remember Kill Bill? With the
Right.
you watch Kill Bill, right? The fighting scenes with the music like that. It switched from that singing into that kind of music a little bit. Oh, it was so fire. So I'm like 2 hours into it right now. So the gameplay, the game mechanics are great. The controllers are great. Everything about it, I'm loving it, bro. Like I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game like this since I think Assassin's Creed 2 is the last time I really played like this. And this game is just. I hope this game helps Ubisoft stay in the market because I'm telling you, man, I think they need more help than this. But this is one of the games that really stands out this year. I think this game is going to get nominated for Game of the Year.
Oh wow,
Nice.
that's big.
I in my eyes and my feelings, I love it just so much that I think this is one of the games that's going to be nominated for Game of the Year.
That's really
Good
I
cool.
hope it does. I hope it does.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I had a little
I don't know.
controversy or whatever, but it got good reviews. I feel like every single game has some kind of controversy now, so you just gotta ignore all that crap, play it for
But
yourself.
exactly. And I think it's just the racist issue, man. It's like, who cares? I mean, this is actually based on Japanese lore and because it's an actual Yosuke was actually in Japanese lore. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it sucks that people bring down a game or talk bad about a game just because of the character being a female or being a different color, man. It's bullshit. I mean, this game is amazing so far. To me, it's amazing.
I know what it is. I honestly think that shit stemmed from something else because
It's that
it's like the
woke
Last Samurai. They finally got something. They're gonna talk about the East, and then we got like a white guy taking over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like,
Right.
oh, we're gonna do something in Africa. Finally, we're gonna have like an ancient tribal warrior. Oh no, it's this white guy from South Africa.
Can I tell you that? Can I tell you that this game gave me vibes of Shogun, the show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I feel like I was in that movie. I was in that because Lord Nogunaga. I can't say his goddamn name, man. Gotta look him up.
Don't mind me while I change these things around.
No, but yeah, bro, what a great! I mean, it makes you feel like you're in that game, in that show. The game actually makes you feel that way.
No,
From
that's what's up.
yeah, bro, and like I say, like you remember like Assassin's Creed where you were able to climb walls and everything.
Of course, yeah.
There's a couple things here that like
Yeah,
I don't remember.
buildings and stuff.
Right, but there's a couple things here that I don't remember being in Assassin's Creed. Like she would like run up and jump off like the wall and into the roof over here and climb up. You know what I mean? Like the roof is like over the building like this, and she like climb up and push off into the roof and then pull herself up. And that was pretty cool. I thought that was really cool. But the combat is great, man. I mean, they both play differently, so you don't know what you're ready for. Like I said, Yosuke is a freaking animal. Like decapitations left and right. Like, bro, it's so sick. And like literally picks the guy up with a sword and just picks him up and just throws him to the side. So dope. So dope.
badass.
Some bangers, bro. I really hope that this shit keeps him afloat.
Yeah, man. Like
it's really well, man.
Yeah.
So all of that controversy and politics didn't even play a factor. It was like Hogwarts Legacy.
Good example, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about like how media portrays and covers this crap. It's like stay relevant, but nobody really cares about that shit.
These clowns have nothing to talk about, so they take one little thing and they unravel it and they turn it into some video that gets clickbait and all that crap. So
yeah,
these guys got nothing to do.
Just honest.
How about you, BJ? You play anything?
I'm more interested in what you're playing, honestly. The only thing I've been playing is Pokemon TCG Pocket. They just came out with some new packs and some rank matches, so I'm at Great Ball.
Oh, did they?
Rank 3 right now.
On what? On Pocket?
On the rank matches, yeah, on Pocket.
Yeah.
And I started playing this phone game called DC Dark Legion, but
you got me on that
like
too,
a base building, but
Jesus
it's trash,
Christ.
man.
It's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
The combat there is just like you put them like in position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you got like say I got the Justice League right now. How does this make any sense, right? And you get for like if you get members of the bat family, they get an increased attacks
Right.
and HP depending on how many people you got. So like if us three are all members of the bat family, we get like a 3-time bonus for us being connected that way.
Right.
I have 5 Justice League members. Tell me how I take Wonder Woman off and I add Harley Quinn and she does more damage and works better with my team than fucking Wonder Woman. That doesn't make any sense.
So
and you just
this
put
is one
them
of those.
in position and they just run off and just fight whoever they fight. Like it don't make no sense.
That reminds me of the Fallout game. Like it was like a shelter building, which I liked it, but I don't think it lends itself good to that kind of superhero game where you care about the characters.
So this is what's called one of those idle games. Isn't that kind of one of those kind of like idle something type games where you don't do nothing but like set up your squad and then they fight on their own kind of thing?
I think it's like a shelter building game. I think the focus is supposed to be on building out the Batcave or the event League of Justice or whatever.
It is.
I don't know.
But it's corny, man. I'm gonna get off that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but by the way, before I forget, bro, there was one scene in this game where, man, I want to ruin it for you guys. I don't know if you guys are gonna play it or not. Are you guys gonna play it?
No, just tell us. By the time I play it, I'll forget about it.
So there's a scene when her and her father are trying to get away from Lord Ode Nagunawa, whatever his name is, and they get caught. So her dad gets killed, kind of thing. And they show the whole crew of the people that are basically like a posse of them, all dressed up in samurai gear, looking dope as hell, bro. It was reminiscent of like one of those how can I say this? It was
Dynasty
like,
Warriors,
kind of like that, yeah. But like when you like a vendetta kind of game thing that when you like that you're gonna fight this guys individually eventually. Because you see them all in that one scene and you see the main guy and they're all wearing like freaky little masks and stuff like that. That was so cool. Yeah, it was
nice,
cool,
bro.
Yeah.
You know what? It's memorable. It's a sign of a good game that's going to stick around.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I actually did something. Oh, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
No, I say, and this is one of the few games that I usually try to skip through the dialogue because it's too much. This is the only game I think in a while that I've actually, besides Final Fantasy, that I sit there and listen to the whole dialogue as it's going on.
Wait, you're the kind of guy who skips dialogue?
Not at all. Not all of it.
End chat.
No, well, like I read it. I don't listen to them. I read it and then I skip to the next and I read it because sometimes it's too much.
Bro. My brain does not translate like that.
You know what's funny is in Mass Effect, they speak so slowly that I'm like, I read it and I'm like, speak faster, but most games it's not like that. But I still let them speak.
I let them speak too. Yeah.
God,
I know. Go ahead, bro. About your game. About your.
I did something crazy, guys. I beat 2 games. 2 games. So I finished. Thank you. I know it feels good, man, to finish a damn game and put it behind you.
What are the 2 games?
So on the road to Grand Theft Auto 6
and the diver. What's the name? Dave the Diver and Hello Kitty.
Dave the Diver. That game will live on forever. So I played Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories and I finished it. Pretty funny, man. They went really extreme. It's a funny ass game. And I started Vice City Stories, and woof, so far it sucks ass. Terrible story, terrible characters, terrible. But when I get back home, I'm gonna start Vice City, the remastered one on the PS5. So it's gonna look good and all that stuff, whatever.
Still terrible.
No, that'll be Tony Vercetti. So that Tommy Vercetti. So that'll be the real Vice City. I'm talking about Vice City Stories, which is like kind of like the spin-off sequel that they did. Yeah, which bro, fucking terrible. But anyways, I was like, all right. So I played it for a little bit, and then I was like, oh shit, that's right. Let me jump on Mass Effect. So I had started Mass Effect a while ago. Yeah, man, I started Mass Effect a while ago, and I remember that. It's funny because I had to kind of like check myself because I've been playing a lot more older games lately. Because I'm like, man, the new games are going to keep coming. My backlog is going to get bigger and bigger. I consider myself a little bit of a retro gamer. Let me play these damn games already. So I went to oh yeah, no. So my whole point about that is I'm playing Mass Effect. And I'm like, bro, I can't figure out where the hell these quests are. I have to sit there and read all the text so that it tells me what city, in what planet, in what galaxy I need to go to. But there's no like indication of where to go to. So I had to like straighten out my freaking ADHD and read it and say, okay, follow the damn directions and do the missions. So I had to stop doing the side quests because the side quests were taking me too long. But I did enough of them to the point where I was like really overpowered. Like, you know, everything was just like minimal skill, and I was able to take it down. And but I played it before, something like 16 hours or something. But I just wasn't paying attention to the story enough. I didn't really know what was going on. But then finally, I jumped back on it during this trip as soon as I finished or Liberty City Stories, and I got right back into it. I did all the main quests. I stuck with it. And bro, the story started picking up, like you guys said. It got fun. The action, you know, I started finally using, like, sending my guys to the different posts. Got them killed many times, but you know, at least they took attention. They let me flank people very often, and I had some badass guns by the end of it to the point. But one thing I don't like about that game is like, damn, bro, every time you turn, there's some little container that you could open, which is like, ooh, let's open and see what's inside. And it's always like 16 guns inside each one of them. So yeah, so I have to stop and go to my equipment and see if any of them are better than the ones that I already have. Oh, none of them are. Okay, back to the game. So I told myself, all right, I'm not going to do that until I go back to my ship, because if not, it's just too much. But I sold all the guns that I wasn't using, so I have $500,000. Hopefully that transfers to the new game. But anyways, I finally beat it, bro. It was a pretty good fight at the end. The story was pretty dramatic. I digged it. It was good. And yeah, it was nice, man. So now I first game to actually do this. I've heard about this for years, but you guys reminded me of it, is when you start playing part 2, it finds a save game of part 1 and it starts you off like if you're continuing from the previous one. So I just started it right before we did this, jumped on the podcast, played for like 15 minutes or something like that, and I might mess with it in a little bit here. Chris, you have a question, sir?
Teacher. Yes, sir. I got a question. Sir. How many of your characters did you kill off in the first game?
So
how many did I make it to? How many did I'm not going to make it to the second game?
I would guess 3.
Mistakes were made apparently. So I killed Ashley, the human female, because it was her. It was between her
Ashley
and the dude
and Caden.
Yeah, it was between Ashley and Caden, but I picked Caden because he can handle the nuke, and we needed the nuke. So I was like, "Oh, is he?" I didn't know that until now.
He's trying to play with the flute.
Yeah. So I saved his ass, and it's pretty cool because I was kind of towards the beginning. The decisions didn't really feel like they meant anything, but they sure did towards the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like 100%. It's like, oh okay. So Rex, the big dude who I liked,
one of my favorites.
Yeah, one of my favorites, and then all of a sudden he's like. What's that?
The Krogan.
Yeah, the Krogan.
Yeah, the Krogan.
So he's like, all of a sudden he's like, wait. This stuff that we can't kill these guys. We need that thing to save my people or whatever. And in my head, I'm like, all right, let's talk about this. Maybe we can kill the bad guys, get the medicine, take it to your people. But no, the guy's like, no, we can't do anything. He pulled a gun on me. He's like, you pulled a gun on me, bitch? And I was like, no, sir. So then all of a sudden, before I could even shoot him, Ashley freaking kills his ass, and I didn't really like that. I was like,
God, dude.
Yeah, I was like, how are you gonna kill one of our teammates? Like, there's only 6 of us,
right?
How are you gonna kill one of my people like that? Like, at least consult with me or something. Well, karma got her real quick because I had to pick between her and Caden, and I really didn't like. I really didn't like how she made that decision without me. So I was like, bitch, you're dead.
Well, you probably made the decision for her. She just pulled the trigger.
No, she just killed him. I was trying to continue the dialogue. I was like, all right, Rex, you put that thing get that thing on my face. Let's have a conversation about this. And then all of a sudden, boom! And I'm like,
she was defending
and then he's
you,
dead.
Bro.
Oh man!
I was like, damn, bro.
She was defending you, and you let her die.
You didn't do his mission for his family, Chris.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? You got to do all these missions.
Kept Rex alive.
Mm-hmm.
You would have done that, and you wouldn't have had Ashley kill him.
You effed up.
Ashley or Caden, one of them got to go. Obviously, I picked Caden because Ashley was my little,
Oh, little side squeeze, little side.
Until Miranda the next game, which you'll figure out now.
In the very beginning of the game, Miranda pops up. Seems like a bad guy, but whatever.
So my characters all
Pretty
survive.
gangster. It's complex.
You know that my characters, all 6 of my characters, they all survived in the first game and the second game, and I made it through the third game with all of them.
But Caden, Caden or Ashley needed to go. Like you can only but the rest of your squad can stay alive.
Right, but you don't kill them. They don't die. They don't die. There's an achievement on the Xbox, of course, that if you keep all of your crew members alive, you get that achievement.
Have to sacrifice one of Caden or Ashley. I think one of them gotta go.
You don't have to. There's something you do that they all go alive. I'm telling you, I kept them all alive.
In the second game, nobody has to die. You can do everything to keep.
I could have sworn they all survived because I had the achievement. Let me see. Let me find that achievement. But now you're gonna make me think about this achievement because I got the achievement of all my guys.
I gotta have the achievement, bro.
Nah,
I did all the best that I could to keep my squad alive every playthrough. But my question is, Jay, are you Paragon or Renegade?
Paragon.
Oh, you Paragon. Paragon. Okay.
That was Paragon too.
I didn't think so based on the text, because you're killing everybody out here. You let
justifiable homicides.
I was like, yo, he got to be playing Renegade. This don't make no sense.
Yeah, no.
No, I was. How do you end up doing Renegade? Like you extort people for money and shit like that?
Yeah, like you can just any good option that comes up, don't pick it.
Yeah, pick that shit.
When they give you a save these people or cuss them out or punch this dude or whatever.
Punch the dude in the face.
You don't have to take no shit from nobody.
Punch that sergeant in the face.
Oh my god, dude!
This dude's definitely a renegade.
Yeah. Hey, but hold on. What's up with that shirt, BJ? Is that Mario with headphones on?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's sick, dude.
It's the new game chat.
Oh yeah. Oh,
for real?
We'll get there.
Wait, but is that what that really is? Because if not, I know what it really is.
What is it, dog?
911.
Oh,
it's the operator.
That first of all, badass. Second of all, when I saw that, if it wasn't what you were saying that it was, I was gonna say that was probably because back in the day, and there was a hotline that you would call for Nintendo when you couldn't get past a certain part of a game.
Oh right. They gave me four.
So the people who worked there had these jackets or clothes that had different logos and stuff. So I thought it was like referring to there, like hey, thanks for calling the Nintendo hotline. I'm here to whatever. Anyway,
I didn't know that.
I overthought that. Yeah, man. So that's.
Is it more fitting for this occasion?
I love that.
Nice. Where'd you get that shirt from?
I don't remember, but I'll find out and I'll text it to you.
I'm surprised it's not Luigi, bro.
It's up there by you, actually.
Yeah.
Or it was up there by you. Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not Luigi, though.
Man, I wish. If this was Luigi, I'd be all day.
All right. Well, so now that we're at 23 minutes so far, that's 20 minutes talking about Assassin's Creed, 3 minutes talking about Mass Effect.
You recognize this?
Just playing, bro.
You recognize this real quick? Let's see if you've been playing the game right. They're all over the place in Mass Effect.
I don't know. Is that a codex? What is that?
I was supposed to get them, man, but I don't know why. I was just like not running into any of these missions and stuff.
The little PDAs that are on the floor and the desks and
codec, right? It's a codec.
No,
like when PDAs, you pick one up,
you go up and then it tells you a story or somebody left notes like, oh
yeah. Is that what that's from, Mass Effect? That specific one there?
Yeah. But this is a notebook, but it's a PDA.
Oh, that's cool.
So now you're ready for part 2, man. So part 2 and 3 are going to be a hell of a ride.
I'm excited, man. I'm definitely going to play part 2 soon. And the graphics took a huge leap there. Really big leap.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they're on the same console at that point. But they just got better at it, I guess.
Yeah, it looks 360, yeah.
No
No,
crazy
the
eyes in this
mechanics get
one.
way better. The mechanics get way better in this.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
God, because it was pretty
The
rough.
more you go on, 2 plays a lot better, and 3 plays a hell of a lot better.
Thank God, dude. I was dying. But 2 looks better, and if it plays better, bro, that's a huge leap right there. Because the first
Yeah.
one, man, Shepard with his crazy eyes, like, fucking look
But
at
those
you,
are the
crazy
graphics.
eyes. I'm like,
But that's 360. So the graphics for us in those days that was awesome for
That was
360 back in
amazing
the
back
day.
then. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, not looking at it hindsight now, it's like, oh, that's pretty shit. It's like looking at Vice City or like any Grand Theft Auto game before PS4. You know?
It sounded like you rushed the game, so you didn't smash in there.
Oh no, he didn't.
no, I didn't. I was like, and
He
there were
did his
times
money.
where I was like, I would go and I would talk to people, and I was like, man, where are the options to like talk? But I think I
You
was
have
making.
to talk to him more and more and more. New shit
So-
opens up.
Let me ask you: when you level up and stuff, are you supposed to allocate points?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you level up. I don't know what I did wrong, but whenever I would level up, it would never show that I had points to allocate, unless maybe I set it on auto, because I know that
Yeah,
game
probably.
part 2.
You probably did.
Okay. That's fine. No wonder. 'Cause I was like,
Well, for part 2, you can do that shit manually. Because
Yeah.
I swapped a few different people in part 2.
mhm.
Garrus is my mainstay,
Yeah.
but Miranda got some pretty good biotics. And this assassin thing,
Mhm.
I think his name was Thing.
The guy with the face,
Gangster
the thing. Yeah, thing. Yeah.
He's like
He was
an
really awesome.
alien lizard
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
He's like a silent assassin gangster.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
So what is the or bionics and all that? What does that all mean? I did rush through the game, but I don't plan on doing that on part 2.
Biotics was like a DNA splicing that they were testing on people, so they give them telekinetic powers. So, there's this tattoo bitch that's in part 2. She's gangster as fuck when it comes to biotics. She throw everybody the fuck around.
Yeah.
She's
Oh.
powerful. I used her a lot. But biotics is like they were playing with DNA and testing shit, experimenting, and gave these people kinetic powers. So like
Right.
they can push massive objects or people or throw them, slam them,
Yeah.
shit like that.
That's
Okay.
I
I did
always
set
just
it-
pick myself
Mhm.
as a soldier, so I got all the weapons experts, and I just cycle
Yeah.
through the weapons,
That was me.
and then I use them for biotics.
I
Like
did
I said,
soldier too, and I did put the settings in the second game. I don't remember if I did it on the first game. I doubt it. For them to use their special weapons, go nuts. You know,
Right.
that's an option in the. What I'm playing is a PC version, which I don't know what that means. If it's its own version or if it's like a Xbox 360 version, I don't know. But yeah, I set that up. So okay, good. So how about we talk about something big that happened today? The Nintendo Switch.
What happened today?
2.
What happened today?
A little Nintendo Switch 2 reveal action. They talked a little bit.
Boy.
That was the longest showcase or whatever Nintendo Direct that we've
Right.
ever had. It was an hour, a little over an hour long,
A little over number, yeah.
and it wasn't much fluff. It was a lot of it was games that were unexpected that are coming to the Switch 2. But yeah, you guys want to talk about some of these features, or should we go chronologically? Because I know the first thing they showed was Mario Kart.
Do that.
Yeah. Mario Kart was the first one they showed, right?
Yes.
Mario
Yes, they
Kart
did.
World.
So
So it's
BJ,
gonna be
you're the
basically
Mario
an
Kart
open-
guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris. Go.
As I was saying, so it's gonna be like an open world kind of Mario Kart game this time around. That's what it sounds like to me. And I think it's like 24 players, right? 24 players, like with different
24
modes.
player open world.
Open world, right? And
That's
they didn't
nuts.
show half the characters. They didn't show half the characters.
Nah,
they didn't
hell
show.
no.
They didn't show the Pokemon characters. They didn't show the Sonic characters.
I
Which is
thought I
understand-
saw Sonic
Did
on the
you?
live play, but I don't think it was him.
No, I didn't
I have
see
to
any of them.
rewind it.
The
Thought I saw
whole
the back of him.
what I thought was really cool about it is the whole thing they implemented, like the Tony Hawk, like grinding on the rails
Oh yeah,
and
I saw
jumping
that.
off the walls like this, and side to side. And bro, how dope was that? How dope was that?
That was
Yeah,
pretty sick.
that shit was
I
pretty-
that's a bunch of cool little things like the exploring that you can do. How when you go
Right.
from one track, like that's a pretty cool thing. That if you decide to play a tournament
Multiplayer.
and you decide to race people and it's going to be 3 races and then the final cup. When you finish a race, you go off road and drive up to the next track and jump right back into it. That was man. At first, I was like, okay, a new Mario Kart game. What about it? It looks the same, maybe slightly better graphics, but they did a good job, man. I heard somebody say that it was like RPG like, and that would be really cool. I saw that you can get different costumes and stuff like that. That's cool.
Right.
I saw
they show Peach with like 4 different costumes and 4 different vehicles and stuff like that.
She was in the Daisy Dukes.
Right.
I saw you looking, bro. Saw you looking.
They're bringing some new stuff to it because there was like some teleport. You know how remember when you get the ghost and you steal whatever's weapon? But this one looked like you're switching the cars and shit.
You know what I felt like? You know what I felt like this game is going to be like? Like Forza Horizon, but Mario style. You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because
you go anywhere, you do whatever.
Explore anywhere.
There's a social aspect to the game, which was pretty weird to have like a Mario Kart. So
and you could take pictures with your buddies. Like if you guys in the same room together, you could race to the spot, like or explore together and then take a picture together, which is implementing that whole new. I want to jump the gun on that expect by the whole new chat mode they have on there now.
Yeah,
that's gonna be cool.
My whole I'm wondering if they're gonna have like unlockables or secret collectible items that now that you can go anywhere on the maps. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of finishing the race, come over here, grab this item, and then you can unlock it for your car or character or something. Wow, I don't know how they're.
I'm sure there's gonna be some stuff like that, exploration stuff to find out there.
You have to, right? If you implement exploration.
Yeah, there has to be some cool things.
It's crazy. Like it's Mario Kart on steroids. That's what.
Oh man, 24 players, bro! Like
Mario Kart World.
So
you know
not only that,
why did go for it?
No, I say not only that, but the specs of this game is like 4K at 60 frames per second, right? Or like 1080p at 120 frames per second. So it's gonna be nuts either way. Like the graphic, this is what I wanted from Nintendo, man, to up their graphics standards, and I think they've done it. I mean, when it came down to memory, they did it a little bit. I thought they were at least gonna go a little higher than what they did, but it's still better than it was before.
They have the best software team on the planet, in my opinion. The shit that they do with Nintendo is like crazy with what like limited parameters they have all the time. And then they implement new shit like this on top of that. Like what they did with Tears of the Kingdom's insane to be on that file playing on that hardware. The only thing that took a hit was like the graphics. It's a complete expansion in every aspect of the game from Breath of the Wild, but the graphics tanked. The world is way bigger. You can do everything. This is the same vibe, only the graphics match, the performance matches. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that actually brings up a point of something that I wanted to talk about is for Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and some other games, they have upgraded versions where it upscales it now to like higher frame rates, higher graphics, and all that stuff, which looks really cool. And that's great because that's exactly what we wanted and expected. But I gotta admit, I did not expect that they were going to charge extra for the upgrade if you already had the game.
Kind of like what PlayStation does, right?
Exactly what PlayStation does.
This whole direct
they put a remaster and they charge you an extra few bucks to, if you have the game already to play that.
Well, dude, y'all didn't see what happened with just the first game that they Mario Kart World. How much is Mario Kart World? Did y'all see the price?
$70, right?
Negative.
How much? 80, 90?
$80 games now.
Ooh.
And Nintendo's
welcome to the future. Welcome to the future, boys.
Nintendo
welcome to the future.
Well, they're giving you a choice, right? Either you're gonna pay $449, which what we said was one of the
Who's
console
not gonna
prices,
get
right?
the bundle?
Oh, the bundle for
You
$500. What
got
did I
to.
tell you? What did I
You
say? And
have
I
to get the
said,
bundle.
it when we talked last time. It's gonna be a $500 bundle with Mario Kart included.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So games are going up in price. Nintendo was the one to do it. Because now, Chris, you talked about they got better graphics, better frame rates, and you're right. But it's still cartoony graphics, right?
Right.
So that kind of explains why a handheld is able to go crazy 4K and all that stuff.
Well,
Because
but we haven't gotten to the older list of the older list of games
yes,
that are coming out. We haven't gotten to there. So
Not everything's cartoony now.
Right. Now everything's cartoony now.
So I don't want to jump around too much because there's a lot of stuff that we're kind of skipping over, but I do have one question that I don't want to forget to ask. How big do you think the file sizes are going to be for something like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth?
Oh, that's
on
the killer,
PS.
I think.
How big?
Be 30, 40 probably, like it was for the PlayStation 4, right? 30, 40 gigs.
30, 40. Try 150
for Rebirth.
Remake.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying for remake. Remake wasn't 150.
Remake
was it?
integrate.
Wasn't it like 40 or 50 for remake?
30 all I know remake, is that is gonna take a lot, bro.
It's got to be a similar amount because if the dock is going to allow it to be 4K on your TV, then it's the equivalent to the other console, to the PS5 and the Xbox. If it allows you to play it. I think it was something like 8 gigs or something like that. Hold on, let me look.
Because Nintendo's gigs don't translate like PlayStation and Microsoft.
Oh no! Oh, hang on. Remake, you're right. You're right. It was 100 gigs for remake.
Yeah, but it's different. They don't translate because everything on Nintendo's condensed.
How though? So that's my question.
I'll show you.
Tears of the Kingdom was 16 gigs, but if you look at the graphics, it kind of makes sense. But look
at everything else that the game does. Look at the physics engine in that game. It's unparalleled, bro.
Yeah, but every single item across the whole game has a lot less pixels. Like the trees are, fuzzy. The mountains are flat and stuff like that. Like it doesn't have the details of like The Witcher, for example. So let's see. Witcher 3 Switch install size. Let's see. I'm really dying to see this. 40 gigs. That's a big leap, you see? So these bigger games are going to have bigger install sizes.
And it only has 256.
56 gigs. So you still get shafted. You still got, and now you got to buy a new
enough for 3-4 games, bro.
Yeah, but you still got to buy a new SD card because the one you had before is not working. Then you got to buy the XD Express.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Crazy. Bro. All these big games. But let's back it up real quick. So one of the first things they talked about right away was that C button, that new C button.
Right.
What do you guys think about it?
I think that's cool as hell, man. Like the three of us, the four of us with your brother, with Jacob, we could get on and see each other at the same time as we're playing. And the kids do it nowadays with the iPads. The kids go and play out Roblox on the iPad, and Benny has the FaceTime on the right-hand corner that he's with his friends. So now you're gonna be able to do it with the Switch, which is these kids are gonna love it. And now the camera is separate, so you have to spend $500 for a game bundle, and then you gotta buy the camera, which would probably be another $80 to $100 probably from them. From
$50 camera.
The camera's $50 camera. Okay,
50. Which is not horrible for what it is.
I got a pricing for all the accessories right here.
Now let me ask this: you think that Nintendo's gonna let like a third-party camera go on there?
I think so.
I doubt it.
You think so? You doubt it?
I think so.
Because remember that was the issue with the 360. You couldn't get a third-party camera to work on a 360. It had to be a 360 camera. That you bought separately.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna get a cut of whatever. Yeah. So why stop somebody from doing something?
Well, because Nintendo's
like if Razer wants to make a Nintendo camera.
But like docks, when it comes to docks, they don't really. I mean, there are people who make them, but like there's not a lot of dock options when it comes to the
Right.
Switch. You got to use their dock, and if you take like a regular USB-C cable and plug it to a monitor, it won't output. Like something has to be
Right.
between it. So it's like they tend to do that. So I mean, I think it's a 50-50 chance. I think it's possible that you could see other cameras appear on there. But I also wouldn't be too surprised if Nintendo's like, no, it has to be ours. And if it is, it seems to look okay. If they're not being deceitful in the advertisement, it seems to be a pretty good quality camera. $50.
That camera
and I gotta say-
amazing quality for something that looked so cheap.
I know.
Yeah, it looks like a little fucking camera on a tip of a dick. But
So
like a little
my
camera
issue
looking
with
at you
this-
like,
So, like, you know, I always think about safety issues when it comes to like, because we all have kids. Well, you and I have kids, and you know, I always think about safety issues when it comes to like a camera and stuff like that. And they said there's going to be parameters because, man, I remember in the old 360 days when you used to play Uno. Do you remember that, BJ? You used to play Uno and you had the camera, you could see somebody. There was some people out there, bro, after 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night that would do some disgusting stuff, bro, after you just shut them off. You know, and
they'll
that's
put their
why they
buttholes
had
on
the,
camera, right?
That's why they had the
Yeah.
3-tier. What do you call it?
the
Like the hardcore, like that they group you with the people, professional gamers.
right.
You know,
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
How do they judge that? By how many curse words you say online, or
Well,
pick
you
it.
know,
or how many
it was a
racial
free-for-all.
slurs?
360 was a free for
It's like we're gonna give this guy 3 stars because he can't stop cursing. He's cursing
In
everybody
your
out.
profile, you choose who you want to go
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
If you
Yeah.
want
Oh.
everybody unfiltered, then you pick that one.
I want to
And
be on the
that's how
streets.
The Halo
'Cause, hey-
chat back in the day used to be
Hey,
insane.
Call of Duty chat. Call of Duty chat was
Nah, Halo
ridiculous.
We used to teabag the out of each other, bro.
of course.
We used
But,
to
like,
talk so much shit. You got people talking about your mom, snipe, bomb, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So I know Nintendo's gonna have the little parameters to control things like that. I'm still a little afraid of it. I mean, I'm gonna have to really monitor my kids when it comes to that.
Well,
Make sure that
Chris,
if they're playing.
I guess you weren't. You might have been multitasking during the showcase.
I was working.
But they
Supposedly.
showed a security feature where you
Yeah.
could set it up that your kid's account, if they try to go into a chat, it appears on your phone and you have to accept
Right.
or deny it.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you could say like cameras off, like yes, he could be in a group chat, but with cameras off. So there's a bunch of parental settings there.
Right.
So
You
Well,
knew
you know-
that they had to do something like that. This is
Of course,
Nintendo.
man, because you got some people.
yeah, you
with
want
predators out
to be
there.
face to face with any buttholes.
I
in
know,
the middle
right?
of the night.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like that new feature with the chat and the Snapchat and the pictures. Like it's kind of like a Zoom meeting basically in the bottom. That's what it looks like to me.
Let me
Right?
ask you guys a question in the spirit of all this shit. Do you think Nintendo has made up for all these years of a fucked up online system by doing what they just did?
I think they did, and I think I'm hoping they knock it out of the park because now they have all these games coming out. You know, they're gonna have a Fortnite there, so hopefully they up their online game parameters. You know, because they're bringing a lot of games now, bringing a lot of games over that they're gonna be multiplayer games. You know, like especially like look at Mario Kart World. That's gonna be 24-player multiplayer game probably, right?
Indeed.
So they have to up the ante up. So that hopefully, man, you know, if they're gonna do it, they could do it right.
This is a big reason of why I don't play the Switch online anyways, because they were missing the social features. So now they got Cane Chat, right? And now it's like bringing Xbox Live to the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's functional. I like talking to you guys while we play.
Right.
I don't like having a group game that, you know, we're interacting with, playing Mario Kart, and we can't talk shit with each other.
Yeah.
And now
that's my
they
issue.
added that we can see each other
Oh
in
yeah.
some games, which is like even more enhanced than whatever
Yes.
PlayStation and Xbox was doing. It's
Man.
been years that we've been waiting for some shit like this.
Right.
Yep.
And I
8
really
years.
think they knocked it out of the park with this little thing they showed, man. I mean, they broke it down into parts, right? And every part they showed, I was so excited for it. even I mean, I don't want to jump ahead, but even the mouse feature with the controllers and this and that, and how they showed that one game that you in the kind of like a wheelchair, like a basketball kind of wheelchair game.
Oh, I know that one.
Am I jumping too far ahead?
It was,
No,
Drag X Drive.
You guys
No,
can
what-
go ahead and talk
what?
about that game all you want. I'm just gonna shut the
Drag X Drive.
Oh man,
that fucking
they'll
game.
get. But you know,
That game was like Rocket League,
He's
but
talking about the Special Olympics basketball.
Oh come on, man!
What do you
But
think
it was cool though.
dog?
But it was cool.
it felt like
though.
Rocket
not
League,
saying
but
I'm gonna play it. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, 3-on-3, and then you
You get to
with the
play
controller
your
you
favorite
shoot up.
handicap, dog.
Oh God,
you take the
Jesus.
2 miles.
Yo, I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but you know who'd be a cool character to put in that game?
Who?
Handyman from Living Color.
Come on,
remember
give it
That's
all
your
Timmy.
headset, dog.
No, but
Timmy.
Handyman. But you remember Handyman? No, Timmy.
Oh, they
Yeah.
should put all the handicap motherfuckers, Professor X,
What-
everybody.
what-
Timmy,
what-
Oh
what-
shit,
what-
Professor
South Park?
X.
Yeah.
Timmy from South Park.
What was the astrophysicist or the what was his name?
Stephen Hawking.
Hey, Stephen Hawking on it, bro.
Damn. It was
His
nice
shit's
knowing you
remote
guys.
Control. He's just,
Oh man, you gotta get us canceled. This guy. It's your fault, bro. You started it.
bro. You brought it
I
up.
was just talking about how cool it will be with the remotes and everything, bro. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody.
Yeah, the new
We-
remotes.
We are mutual.
Did you see the guy grinding and dunking that shit?
Yeah, it's like
That boy had
it-
airbags on his wheelchair, yo.
he had some freaking springs on the bottom of that shit.
Oh God,
That
I'm
shit
so
right
sorry.
there, boy.
I apologize.
Special
I can't
F-Zero.
control these guys. The monitor's supposed to be controlling these guys, and the monitor ain't doing nothing but egging them on. Jesus Christ.
But that's what it was. It was Special Olympics meets F-Zero meets Rocket League.
But it looked pretty cool, 3-on-3.
Oh,
Hey,
I
what
agree.
if did you guys play Rocket League back in the day?
Of course.
I played
Okay.
some of it.
It's so good, first of all.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
what if when you score, it blows up and everybody goes boom, just like in the you see all these people in wheelchairs
dude.
trying to block you, and then
Nah.
boo.
They need to put some like NBA Jams features.
I'm gonna say some of the-
fire.
I'm gonna say some of these things when we're done with the podcast because I got so many different dark jokes in my head right now about what could
Bro,
happen
say it
in
with
this
your
game.
chest, dog.
No,
Fuck
man,
it,
I don't
bro.
want to insult anybody. Bro,
You're
I was
I
gonna
don't-
say,
cancel from your job, man.
do you think that people who are paraplegic have an advantage during this game?
Of course. They're
Maybe
gonna mop everybody. That's what it's meant for.
you
Bro,
put a
like
desk
when he
on
said-
each side of you.
When he
Put a
blows
desk
up
on.
and you got to crawl back to your chair.
Oh god.
Give me one sec. I'm still listening.
You got to go like this with the controllers. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm
So-
sorry, man. I'm sorry.
So I got a question for you guys. Not even a question, it's just kind of something I was thinking is this basically took away all the barriers to streaming online on your Switch. I personally don't think it's going to come with YouTube or Twitch in the way where you could stream automatically, but I think it will come.
Right.
And if you've got the camera and it already has a feature to remove your background, you don't really need anything else to stream online.
And it has 2 USB-C ports this time around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the dock probably has more. The dock
Right.
Oh, this
probably
is
has
bringing
more.
everybody together, bro. You guys just thinking on like a simple thing, but
Hey, bro, your mom brought you dinner? Where's my dinner at?
oh, these are some egg rolls from Chili's.
Damn, I wish my mom brought me some egg rolls.
My wife is awesome.
Oh, my bad, your wife. I thought it was your mom. Sorry.
Nah.
Baked good cookies.
Make
So
I'll
We got
enjoy
the
this.
pl-
for you.
yeah, man.
But think about the possibilities, right? You got a camera. You got all these games, all these features coming to it. They're gonna have an OnlyFans app.
Oh, get out of here. Oh, my
shit.
goodness.
They bringing
That's
them to gaming, bro.
Oh, man.
Nintendo's bridging the gap.
Bridging
the
the
only
gap.
thing is-
Oh, God.
I hope. I don't wish bad on nobody, but I hope they price themselves out.
What do you mean?
I need to see these prices drop, man. This is outrageous.
Oh, yeah.
You
told
imagine?
$500 console, bro. That
Yeah,
well,
that's a
it's
bundle.
not even worth 500, bro.
But that's the bundle, right? The $500 bundle.
Yeah, but still, there's no point in getting the 450. Who's not gonna play Mario Kart?
Right.
Mario Kart.
Right.
The reason why they went with that and they didn't do a mainstream Mario, which I was pretty shocked for, but thinking now, it's gonna cannibalize themselves because
Right.
Mario Kart sells a hell of a lot more than any standalone Mario at
Right.
all.
Right.
So they went with a system seller, right? Like the system seller.
A
It's
proven
like the
system
number
seller.
one game. It's like their
Right.
GTA.
Right.
And they're doing that and a Pokemon game. So what more did you need?
You know what I wish they would have had that would have shown?
What?
A new Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do everything at once because of
I
that.
know, but it's a big lineup coming up.
There's a huge
Regardless.
lineup already.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
didn't have the mainstream Mario. And thinking about it after, I'm there like, wow, it wouldn't have been smart, but you would think that they would release their main dude. That's like Sega coming out with no Sonic.
Well, they did Mario Kart, right?
Yeah, they do have Mario
It's not
front and
the
center on Mario.
we think.
I think it'll come soon.
Like you
I think by the time,
like a Mario World, like a Mario, like
yeah, a
you know,
3D,
Super Mario Brothers,
3D
like that.
Mario.
Got it. I got it.
I bet you by the time the console drops, there will at least be a trailer or something of the Mario game, the 3D Mario.
Oh, they just came out with Wonders last year. They're gonna revamp that up and sell it like hotcakes for this.
I think it's gonna come back. I still think they're gonna have a Mario game. I just think it's gonna be like the end of the year towards Christmas to sell some more and make another push.
Like a Mario 3D or something.
That'd be smart. So
everybody's gonna come get this damn thing.
When the Switch first came, sorry.
Come on, no, you're good.
Yeah. When the Switch first came out, it dropped with Mario Kart and Breath of the Wild. Both games that were on the Wii U before it. And then eventually Mario Odyssey came out. So it might just be the same situation again.
Well, they're going to release Mario Brothers Wonders, right? The new Mario Brothers is going to release it, but with higher graphics, better, whatever. They're going to revamp that. So that's probably the game they're going to, I think they announced it already.
That game's whatever, man.
I had I was playing it on vacation on the cruise ship. I had a blast with it. I even stopped playing the Zelda game. I couldn't get into it, man.
What Zelda game?
Not Breath of the Wild, the one before it.
Tears of the Kingdom is the new one.
Oh,
you're talking about Breath of the Wild.
I couldn't get into it, man. I was trying to play it. I don't know why. I guess I need a bigger screen or something. I don't know. I couldn't get into it in handheld.
You could not get into Breath of the Wild?
Yeah. Couldn't get into it.
I went back to playing beautiful experience I've had on my Switch.
I went back to playing Mario Wonders, bro.
I stopped playing Tears of the Kingdom because of the frame dips and the graphics trash.
Right.
But that game is hilarious. Amazing.
I don't know, man.
But Breath of the Wild, graphically amazing. Played beautifully. It was such
I couldn't stop playing it.
The music, the art, it was beautiful.
The sounds, like the wind blowing, and
yeah. I guess because I was playing on a handheld and I was playing on the Switch Lite, maybe. I don't know.
I might not ever pick up Tears of the Kingdom again.
I don't know, man.
You will.
I guess
you're gonna pick it up. I guess on your Switch too.
I'm not gonna get a Switch 2. I told y'all if this shit's $500, I ain't getting it.
You getting it?
I'm not.
You gotta come up with a banging ass Pokemon Gold or something like that. I'm gonna get that Pokemon game.
They priced me out, bro. I'm not buying it.
So hold on
my square. I'm not getting that shit as much as I want it.
You're gonna have it by the end of the year.
Let me ask you this. If Xbox comes out with the new console, are you gonna get that?
$800, I'm in it.
Hold on. Damn it, Chris! You took my big question. This is what I was going to ask you guys. All right, so we haven't talked about the games coming to the Switch yet, but we will. But we have Elden Ring was the first one they showed, and I think there was a purpose for that because when the Steam Deck came out, it could not play Elden Ring. Elden Ring had to get twisted and modified and everything to be able to play on the Steam Deck. The Ally, the Legion Go, they can handle all these games. Steam Deck cannot, and that the price makes sense. The new Switch coming out is around the price of the higher end Steam Deck, right?
Steam Deck, right?
So if the Switch can play all these crazy ass games, and apparently 4K, 120, and all that on some of the games, let's be honest, I'm not going to be able to do it on all the games. If the Switch can do that, would you buy the Xbox handheld at $800 over the Switch at $450? The Switch 2 at $450? Why and why? Tell me.
Because I'm an Xbox guy.
So you're gonna give them $800. I mean, I know you guys like to give them money all year round, whether you're playing games or not.
I know, but
you're gonna buy $800 console.
You support the platform you play in, right?
Oh,
hang on, talk about that. But
we're in a.
You talk about the handheld, right? The handheld.
Yes. Yeah.
No. I'm good with. I think you're talking about. I'm sorry, I misunderstood your question. I think you're talking about
I deceived you by I deceived you by accident. I was saying $800. That's not the price of the handheld. I assume that the Xbox handheld is going to be at a more attractive price.
I'm happy
probably
with
the same
Ally.
as the Switch.
I'm happy with my Ally. I got my Ally. I'm happy with that. I need to go spend money on something that I don't need. Now, if you're talking about the console, it's a different story. But if you're talking about the handheld, much as I am a Microsoft guy, I don't have money to throw around like that.
Sorry, I was talking about the handheld. So
no.
If you have to pick between the Switch 2 and the Xbox handheld, which one would you pick? Or would you pick none of them at all?
Well, I would tell you because I have a kid who is going to want it. So I'm for sure, I know that he's going to ask for it eventually because you know him. He wants to play every game that he can get his hands on. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it again.
Remind me of somebody I know.
Bro. Hey, but he's a gamer. He's a gamer. He loves playing games. I mean, and I'm pretty sure that he's
raising him right.
Yeah, he's gonna want it because that's something we have in common. We like to play, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure if not by the end of this year, maybe next year I'll have it because he'll ask for it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it until next year.
Yeah, wait for the OLED to come out.
What about you, BJ?
Only thing I'm gonna be playing with is my little PP because I ain't buying that Switch.
Or the
I'm
Xbox.
not buying the Switch. And if I had to choose, I would choose the Xbox. Of all the people here, do not want Xbox to go out of business.
No, neither do I. No,
100%. And even though I have an Ally, come to Xbox handheld, depending on what the features are. Is it going to be
and what the price, right?
Is it going to be a more refined Windows? Am I going to be able to do everything I can do on the Ally on the Xbox handheld? I personally will get that, and I will sell my Ally for that. But it needs to have those features because the Ally is my little computer.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
on a nice Surface Book right now, but this is super outdated. And Jay,
I'm
helping my dad with his podcast. Maverick, the podcast might be out soon. But it needs to be able to handle stuff like that. So I would sell my Ally, even though it's like I'm going to get a more enhanced Ally is what I'm thinking, because Asus is going to be the ones, mark my words, that are partnering with Xbox to make that. And so if it's going to be like an Ally X upgrade, why the not would I? That can handle all the most powerful games I play. Indiana Jones, the Switch ain't going to be able to run it like this.
Hey,
so
let me ask you.
I revert back?
So here's the thing. Before we get into that, here's the thing. And I think it will handle it because of all the game announcements that they just announced. Right? They announced a lot of big games that require a powerful system. Right? A game like Cyberpunk, which, come on now, Cyberpunk requires a strong system to play. And it's coming to, not to jump around, but it's coming to the Switch.
It's a refined game, though. Just like Elden Ring is coming. It's Ultimate Editions, or Tarnished Edition, or, it's not the Elden Ring that we know from there. Even the Elden Ring looks a little more cartoonish from what they showed.
Yeah, we know, right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same ones that like Cyberpunk, I played on my Series X when it came out. I had zero issues. That
Right.
game was amazing. The graphics, the world, like the gameplay. I didn't have a stutter in that game. The Switch
Right.
2 is not gonna be like what I experienced.
So
Even
question.
with the but even with the 120 frames per second, the VRR, like the 4K
Docked.
dock mode, yeah.
Yeah, but
Even
what
with that,
That doesn't mean all the every single game is going to be able to benefit from that. It doesn't mean
Correct.
it's going to be able to get all those games up to, it might get Mario Wonder to 120 hertz 120 FPS, but I don't know about no Elden Ring being 120 FPS. It doesn't mean it can do them all. Just like the Xbox X and the PS5 can't necessarily do all games to that
All
level.
games.
You know,
Wow.
a lot of times, especially nowadays, they're using VRR and other crap to basically use technology to double the frame rate, kind of deal. Like
You're
God of
talking
War.
about dock mode, bro.
But even docked, I don't think it's gonna be able to get Cyberpunk and some of these bigger games
I
to
agree with you.
120. But
4K.
so I wanted to ask you though.
What the 60?
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, but like dock mode is going to be 4K at 60 frames per second, right? That's what they're saying, or 1080p.
But
at
dock
120.
Yeah,
mode,
but
when you're talking
Right.
about Nintendo published games. You're not talking
Yeah.
about third party.
Well,
I believe it.
you would
Completely
think.
different story.
Well, you would think they were talking about third party because they announced all these third party games.
I
Along
guarantee
with the
you
system.
some third party games will be able to push it, but not all of them. They're not
So-
built equally.
Check this out, guys. When the PS2 and the Xbox came out, they touted 720p. Now we're HD. We're doing 720p, 720p, and they had like a few games that got up to 1080p. Then when the PS3 and Xbox 360 came out, it was like, oh, now we're at 1080p. This is like real HD. But when you look at all their games, the majority of them didn't hit 1080p. A lot of them did, but now we got closer to almost all of them. Then when the PS4 and the Xbox One came out, now all of a sudden they were like, oh, we can do 1080p with our eyes closed, and this console can do 4K, but only some of the games were 4K, and a bunch of them were 1080p. Now we're at this next level, and guess what? 4K is still something that only the lower end games can get to. And meanwhile, you have God of War that you look at it, you're like, it looks 4K, but they're using all these little tricks and technology stuff to make 1440p look like 4K. So
Can I tell you this though? Can I tell you this? When I first got the not to cut you off, and I'm sorry. When I first got the 360, I played it on a 27-inch tube TV, Sony.
Love it.
I eventually got a flat screen TV like a couple years later for my wedding as a wedding gift for my wife, and that was a 1080p 120 hertz TV, which played a 360 even better, bro. It looked beautiful because I had an HDMI cable on it. So I think I got to 1080p on a lot of my games when I got that newer TV compared to a tube TV.
Well, if it was one of the, so you're talking about the Xbox, the original Xbox?
Xbox 360, the 360.
So I have a TV that I bought from 2013, and I remember that at that time they were starting to talk about 1080p in 2013. So it looked a lot better, I'm sure, but I don't know. You'd have to go look. Or, I mean, that's a lot of work to go figure out all that crap, but I'm telling you, bro, just because they said 1080p 120 or 4K 60, they're talking about the max. They're talking about like the max speed of the car, the max red line, that you know, and then these heavier games, when that you move around quick, it's gonna drop to 1080p or even lower depending on what's going on. So it's just limitations, you know. And like what BJ said, first party games, I believe it. But like even freaking Zelda Link's Awakening, that was kind of like the what's the other version? Like the newer Zelda, the top down kind of cartoony one. Right. Even that one had hitches. Bro, look at the Pokemon games that BJ talks about. Scarlet and Violet.
Great trash.
There's no reason that those games. So it doesn't matter what the console is capable of. It's like it's the devs, and that's a cartoony game that still ran like shit. So now you're talking about Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, Civilization.
You're talking about the heavy hitters, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
so you'll see.
Let's see. Time will tell. I'm optimistic. Hopefully, it will. I'm optimistic. I want to be optimistic.
Good.
I want to be, just like when it comes to the Xbox or any other system, I want the best to come out because we want to play the best in the best way.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah.
I agree with you, but Nintendo's pissing me off, bro. What were you gonna? He's
still stuck in that
ask?
$500 bundle. He's still stuck in that $500 bundle.
What were you gonna ask, Jay?
I have no fucking clue.
He tried to ask like 5 times, bro.
My bad. It's my fault. I just.
No worries, man.
Bro, I would buy that Xbox, but the handheld, but if it's Windows, if it's
that was the question.
I remember now.
Yeah,
this is my moment. So my question
wait,
was.
Wait.
Tell me.
I lost it. No. So what if, because they're making the handheld and their goal is to make a more console-like experience, the Ally, you turn it on and boom, you're in Windows. But then the Ally, what's the Ally thing called? Thank you, Armory Crate. Boom, pops up. He goes, oh, just kidding, nothing to see here. Armory Crate, and then you could play your games, and it pretty seamless. But you're on a Windows computer.
It had some problems. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've talked about it for a while. I think that Windows is definitely making an operating system specifically for handhelds. That way, when you turn it on, it doesn't boot Windows and boot your, all your crap and stuff like that. It goes straight to Xbox. Here are your games, automatically connected to the internet. I detect one controller connected, whatever it is that it has to figure out. And then you could press the button to put it to sleep, and it'll freeze your game. And then you unlock it, and you go just like a Switch.
Yeah.
But if they do that, do you think that you'll still be able to use it as a PC? Do you think they'll leave that other option in there somewhere?
But that was the whole thing about it. It's like, since they're partnering up, I guess, with Asus, right? They're partnering with Asus. The whole thing with this is that I think that's what they're headed to. That you can have 2 options. Either you could boot up in PC mode or boot up in game mode.
I really hope so, because if they do that, I want my Ally to have that. I want to turn it on. 100%. It's in game mode, and I'm like, no, we're gonna do the podcast. Right. Switch to Windows. That's what I want. I want. I hope they do that.
You don't have to worry about getting that goddamn blue screen.
That's what I think they're headed to.
Yeah, exactly.
So Asus is the hardware manufacturer. Windows is the software manufacturer. Yeah. So together, they already came out with the Ally, which is a beast. My Ally, that Z1 Extreme, is capable of running everything that I want perfectly. I have no problems. Till this day, with everything that came out, same. I didn't upgrade like Jay to the X, even though it's sexy and I love new technology. There was no reason. If this one has, and they come out with this, and it's still their partner, you don't think that they're gonna implement like some type of software update to the Ally that allows you to basically have similar functionality?
I hope so, and I expect it.
I hope so.
Maybe not right off the bat, but I hope so. I really do.
Well, the rumor and the mill right now is that they're working on a different operating system for, like, I guess, Steam on the Ally, so you could open it as a Steam Deck, which is what
Windows is having a hustle because Steam is already doing it. They're making an operating system that you could install into your PC, where when you turn it on, it acts like it's a Steam Deck. And I'll tell you, in case anybody's curious, the benefit of that is when you open Windows, if you go to your task manager and look at all the stuff that's running in the background and look at where your PC usage is, just because keeping all these things going in the background. Then on top of that, you're running a game. Our PS5s and Xboxes, they don't do that. They are doing one job. They're running the game and the home screen, but they know what they're doing. So when you're talking about the Steam Deck operating system, it is basically only focusing on the games with none of that stuff running in the background. So that's why it's tempting And that's why I hope also that Xbox does it, because I'd rather.
I thought that was like a beta like right now. It's like in a beta tryout right now, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I saw a video of somebody installing it on an Ally and on Legion Go.
Like somebody has it on the Ally already. I saw a few people talking about it on Facebook and on Instagram and stuff like that. And they showed it like running in the background as a Steam Deck.
Yeah, and apparently your performance is going to go up. Like it's been measured. Your handhelds will perform even better than what they do now because all the Windows stuff isn't being leveraged in the background.
Right.
But personally, I've been tempted to do it, but no, I use this thing for the podcast. We're on the Ally right now doing this stream, or this recording. But I would love to do Windows versus Steam. Like I know Steam's been around for a long time and everything like that, but I already have Windows 11. I'd like to have a Windows version over a Steam version. So
Windows
I'm excited.
Gets a lot of shit,
coming.
but they're the Mac daddy, bro.
Just in case Asus is watching, hey, look, we got look here Asus free advertising.
I still miss the white.
Send us some some X's our way.
So if they do that, run Xbox native like an interface, right? I'm assuming they would have a guide button on the handheld that would allow the menu to pop up and everything, the quick resume, shit like that.
Right.
I believe that would translate to Windows. It'll be an update. I'm hoping that it's Windows, not just Xbox interface, but the future looks bright, man.
Yeah, it should, because the Steam Deck has that option. So why not? It should have it.
What do y'all think about the April Fool's clip that Asus did with the robot going into the
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, so was that was for April 1st, or is that like a tease?
Think about this. A couple years
April
ago,
Fools.
April Fools, they announced a handheld Ally that didn't end up being fake.
Right.
On April Fools. That's how they announced it.
Yeah, that's
now they just threw in that little Android that goes into the hyperbaric chamber or whatever. Like Bill from Pokemon. Right. He ends up getting, right before the door closes, a controller for the Xbox goes in there, and the Ally gets thrown in there.
What brand of controller? What controller is that? Because that's not a Microsoft controller. Asus controller?
Yeah, Asus Xbox.
Yeah.
Wireless controller.
Yeah.
The Asus, it's a Xbox controller made by Asus, because I saw it had a little screen on the top of it.
It's an Elite controller, but it's
the Elite controller has a little screen like that on it.
No, but just the Asus one does.
The Asus one, it's not a screen. It's a guide button, but it has a different graphic that goes sideways. That looks like it's sideways. It takes up on a.
Showing that beauty. Yeah.
The thing is like slanted like this, the graphic. So you probably thought it was a screen, but it's just like the art on the controller. It's pretty good.
So it's an Asus controller that is supposed to be like used for Xbox kind of deal?
With the Xbox scheme.
I'm gonna
with the Xbox layout.
So like I got you. I think I got you. Okay, so and that's gonna be. It happened to be on April Fools, and like what BJ said, it's not a joke. They're making the Xbox handheld. You'll see.
I guarantee it. After that, I'm 100% convinced. Now you're not gonna convince me that anybody else, Lenovo, got anything to say.
Let me see. Nope. I don't know if you can see it there or not. Can you see it?
Oh yes, I do.
I just sent it to the chat.
Gotcha.
It's not a screen. It's just a graphic.
Gotcha. It looked like a screen. That's why I was confused.
This fucking switch to the C button is a chat button, a game chat. The Joy-Cons are able to do motion control and mouse effects. Wow. I guess. I wonder how that's going to translate for big computer gamers and stuff.
Like World of Warcraft kind of thing, or like Dota, or
that'd be awesome.
Even Civilization 7.
4K.
Even Civilization is one of those.
Yeah.
I wonder how comfortable it is dragging plastic across. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. How good is that gonna be? Yeah,
they're gonna sell a little map for it. Probably, you'll see. They'll figure it out.
What was your favorite function of the Switch 2?
Man, between that mouse and the whole new chat thing, I'm liking those two things.
The mouse
I
is
actually,
whatever, though.
yeah, the
Yeah.
mouse, the jury's still
Well,
out on that. It could be really cool
like,
because when have we had a console that really like comes with, so to speak, a mouse and keyboard to play? You
right.
know, it's almost kind of like the Wii where you had the like controlling thing and then the stick to point. But now
Right.
you got the other controller to do the directional or whatever or shoot or whatever. And the no, you had direction, and then the other one is like a mouse. So it's almost like the same thing as it's or like a modern version.
I think for PC gamers, it's going to be a great thing for like my kid who plays Roblox, or who plays Minecraft on his computer, or who plays certain things on his computer. It's going to be great for them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good thing for them.
So the feature that I think, well, bro,
I was just thinking about the reveal trailer they did here. I was watching some chick on the couch, and I'm like, "Yo, this can go so many different ways." I
The
don't know if
casting
y'all
couch.
caught it, but she's
The
there
casting
like
couch.
this, like, "Oh yeah, I see it, it's so beautiful, it's so big."
I
Like, yo,
heard that too.
I was like, "What are they doing?"
I heard that too, and I thought it was gonna pan over, and you see all the cameras on the bottom, and somebody's got one of their Switch camera on their junk or something like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, that could have gone. There was a couple times she said some questionable shit.
Yeah, I heard that too. I was
Oh,
like,
God.
"What's wrong with us, bro?"
Oh,
So
Jesus.
my feature that I think that I like, just to be a little bit different from you guys, but to also give attention to something that I thought was cool, is I like the magnet idea because I don't
Ah,
like my Switch. I know that it takes a lot to break it, but I really don't like these plastic rails. I really don't like them. I don't like that the Switch could flex a little bit. I don't like that at all. I like the idea of the magnets, and I like the idea that by pushing a button you could remove it. The wear and tear is going to be like zero on these things.
do you think so?
I believe
It
it.
should be a
I
lot
think so.
more sturdier.
Hopefully.
Hell yeah. Hey,
We can hope.
they even showed it, like trying to bend that shit in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So it was
that's
very
pretty neat.
sturdy.
I
I
think
don't
that's
know. For
good.
me, it hits home. That system link feature sounds dope as fuck.
Oh,
They
yeah.
bring in four consoles that can connect via Bluetooth or USB. That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
So say we go to Jay's house, we can all take over our switches. I mean, I won't
Yeah.
have one, but
Yeah, you will.
theoretically,
Yeah.
we can
Now,
take
now,
it.
theoretically.
now he's thinking about it. Now he's thinking about it. And he's like, oh, maybe I should get one.
No,
maybe
no, no,
next
no. I'm
year.
not
No.
doing it. I told you guys. Said it on this podcast. I'm not getting that shit.
I'm going to take a picture of you when you do it. I'm going to post
As
this. And look
much
at
as
this
I
guy.
want to do Mario Kart, because I whoop everybody's ass in Mario Kart. There's very few people on this planet.
Not if you don't have a Switch.
I mean,
Well,
I just
that's
used the
true.
Mario Kart 9, dog. This shit been around for 10 years already.
Yeah, or more. Yeah. So
Wow, yeah.
I think I'm also yeah. I think I'm gonna wait until next year. Maybe when the no. How about this? I'm not
Or
too crazy
OLED.
about the OLED. You know what I'm scared about the OLED? I'm scared that if I get the OLED Switch and I start getting used to the OLED screen, I'm afraid that I'm gonna grab my ally and say, "Ugh, this looks bad," and I don't.
Oh,
That
no.
scares me.
You'll never do that.
That's
You'll
not
never
gonna
do that.
happen.
You don't
'Cause you
think
can't
so?
even-
Like you have this nice,
OLED.
vivid colors and stuff, and then all of a sudden,
No. Because
It can't
there's
even
games you-
compare to what the Ally can achieve. So you're gonna look at these games that you play, like the next Witcher, for example, and you're gonna be like, "Yeah, fuck this
can't play
Switch.
it.
Let me get on my Ally." That's exactly
So-
what's gonna happen.
So question. Are you gonna get the Switch too? Yeah, I'm gonna get. So I think I'm gonna wait till the OLED one comes out so that the Switch can drop by $50. Then I'm gonna be like, now I'll get it. Yeah, I don't
I'm not
know.
doing it.
I don't know, especially if games are gonna be that
personally am not
expensive.
spending any fucking money. You're out of your damn mind.
So
Did I read
my
this thing off to you?
no,
No,
not yet.
go ahead.
Tell me.
Well, hold on.
Tell
Let me
me,
tell you,
tell me.
my cheap ass brain. So real quick, I have one of the original Switches, and I don't know if you guys know this, but the first 25 million Nintendo Switches, had the NVIDIA card, whatever, and basically with a paperclip, you could hack it. So what you could do is you could dump your games and then emulate it on your Ally. So I'm kind of tempted. I mean, sure, you can go online and download the game and whatever, but that's a little bit more risky. But I think what I want to do eventually is hack my Switch so that I could dump my Zelda games and then emulate them on my Ally, and then it'll be doing the same thing that the Switch 2 would be doing to the games. But okay, sorry, you were saying
if you do that shit, you need to hook me up.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah,
I've been trying to get it hook me up for a long time. He hasn't hooked me up yet, but I'm still
Well, you
waiting.
can't
My
just
Ally-
say, "Hey, I need emulators on my thing," and then walk away. You know, like we gotta sit down.
I know you got a life and you got a life and
Schedule
everything.
some appearances, bro.
Bro,
Next
yeah.
time you're doing our podcast, go over like 3 hours before.
Yeah, I know, but I know the guy's busy with the kids and always has an excuse or something like that. I want.
No.
No, he's kidding. He's kidding.
You gotta at least know what games you want. You can go through my library and say I want this,
your
this,
library.
this.
I want your library.
Your whole library.
You need like 2 terabytes, unless you don't want PS3 games. Those are pretty big.
Well, I mean, I've got 2 terabytes on my thing.
Yeah, but
on your thing,
I have a lot of.
there's
a lot of games.
Girl for the Switch commercial, right?
It's beautiful.
So you can come over and pick your games, and then it would only take like an hour to do, I think.
Yeah. Yes, you could be lazy and do it for me.
Jeez, motherfucker.
I'll buy you pizza, boy. I'll buy you pizza.
Nah, you don't need to give me nothing.
You bring me food, I got you.
What do you got on that list?
Card. Yeah, what's up?
So the system itself is $450, which is fucking retarded because you're getting an $80 game for $50. Everybody's gonna want $500 makes sense in the aspect.
Marketing strategy, right?
The Pro controller, $80.
Which is about what
the
everything costs
controllers
nowadays.
always cost a lot, and like the Joy Cons have always cost a lot for
$70 for Joy Cons. Yeah,
Joy Cons now $90.
$90.
That's normal though.
You know the little one that you slide the thing on that makes it like a Pro controller.
Right.
Yeah,
$35.
but it comes with one of those. It comes with the Joy Cons. It comes with that thing.
Joy-Con straps, $13.
So, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't come with straps because
it's gonna come with all that. It's gonna come with all that. If it doesn't, we're gonna rage.
Mine came with the straps.
They're not gonna give a. Yeah, but this is the Switch 2. Who knows what they do?
Yeah, they might do like Apple.
They should throw everything in this fucking bundle.
I heard the kickstand not included too.
Right. The wheels, $20, not bad. That is gonna be a good investment for Mario Kart. The camera, $50. The dock set, which is like USB-C, a charging outlet, the dock, $110.
Right, does it come with a dock?
It does. It does. This is if you want to buy that stuff individually. Like if you go to Target now, you can buy everything.
But who's gonna buy one individually if it comes with it? Unless you break it.
Oh, you don't know. They got.
Or if you want to have multiple TVs to dock it at.
Yeah.
Nah. Or you want to take it to work.
Pay handheld, right? That's what it's for. You pay handheld though. That's why.
I'm gonna go big or go home, bro.
That's what she said.
Put that shit on a monitor. Carrying case, $35. The all-in-one case, which is like carrying case, it does all the accessories that I just had. It costs $80 to hold everything. If you were to buy all of these things together, you're talking about $1,030-something.
Okay, but that's including the things that already come with the system, right? So you already got a dock that comes with the system. You got the straps that come with the system.
But you want the camera?
You have the giant. So you figure. So okay, that's $550. All right, that's all you're really gonna need.
I would get the camera right away, to be honest.
You ain't gonna grab that shit?
What?
The wheels for Mario Kart?
No, man. Since when?
That's not how you play?
I'm OG.
I'm old school. I like the D-pad kind of deal too.
Yeah.
Not even joystick. I like D-pad.
With that one little.
Yeah. Or the controller.
No. I'll do the controller.
Yeah.
And I bet you that the other
controller.
The kids could watch me play.
Switch controllers. I bet you will connect.
You're only gonna be playing one player.
That's fine.
And
I'll
at
play by
most,
myself.
with the system, all you could do is play 2 players at most. So you have to buy new controllers.
Well, you always buy a new controller when you get a
You
system, right?
both
Like when
have
you
family of 4.
no, but I'm saying, but you always buy a new controller anyways. Because every time I
So
get a system, when I
That's
buy a
what I'm
system,
saying.
I buy
A
an extra
pro
controller with
controller
it.
is gonna cost you $80. Some extra
All
Joy
right,
Cons, $90.
but that's what a PlayStation controller costs me anyways. But PS2 remotes is $80. You buy the Elite, you have a regular controller that came with the system, and then you buy the Elite for 100 and what, $200?
What are you talking about, Nintendo,
No, but I'm
bro?
saying, but we're comparing apples to
slander.
apples here.
No, we're not. They don't
Yes,
even
we
get
are.
compared right now. For some reason, Sony and Nintendo don't compare each other to themselves.
But
They're
I'm just
not
saying, like,
direct competitors.
but I'm just saying, as a consumer, you always buy when you buy a system, you always buy an extra controller, regardless.
I never do.
You always buy
I
an
do.
extra controller.
I do.
I
I
don't.
always have.
Yeah,
I
Because if you
never
guys,
do.
if you come over, I want to beat your ass in Street Fighter.
I
Just
play
I
by
don't,
myself, dog. I ain't got
So
no
I play
friends.
with
I play
when you
everything
guys come
online.
over. When you guys come
I
over,
did it
mean,
for
if you guys come over,
PS4. I used with a PS4. What I used to do back in the day, when I would play like extensively long hours, is with the original PS4. I bought 2 controllers, the one that it came with, and I bought one, and then I would always have one sitting there on the charging dock. And on the few occasions where I would have long plays that it would run out of charge, I get up, switch controllers, sit back down, continue playing.
that happens to me all the time with the PlayStation 5 controllers. 2-3
I don't
hours max, and I got to
understand.
switch controllers.
How do you
My
even
shit
get
is
to play
like
3
50
hours?
minutes, bro.
I'm just talking
Just
shit.
You guys are full of shit. Yeah, you guys are full of shit. Somehow my controllers last over a week without charging, but you
I
guys
haven't
gotta change
stored it,
every
But
day.
that's
bro.
because you play for
No,
like 5-10
honestly,
minutes a day.
he's not lying though. I don't get that much juice. This thing I haven't charged since like 3 months. But that thing, hey, bro,
Look
I
at
get a
Jay's
good
face.
2
Look
hours,
at
and that's it,
look
bro.
at Jay's.
I have
I
to
mean,
be
Look at
of
his
course
face,
your
bro.
Xbox controllers last that long. You never have anything to play, bro. You play all these
Oh
old ass.
my god.
Bro, you don't play, bro.
Assassin's Creed Shadows I'm playing right now. I use Finish Avowed. What
Look,
else?
20
Indiana
bucks, 20
Jones.
bucks a
You
month
ain't gonna have
times
that
12
problem with
months.
Nintendo.
That's $240 to play Indiana Jones.
I play more than that, but I play more than that. I mean,
Top
I
of
know
you,
you.
man.
It got me. He's talking
I gave
about
my
me.
money.
I
No,
haven't
not me.
played.
I gave my money's worth on my subscription. I
I'm
gave my
just
money's worth.
supporting the cause, bro.
I know.
He's keeping those numbers up.
I'm a cheerleader in the background, bro.
I'm sailing the 7 seas, bro. Just dumping all these games right
I'm just
now,
a
man.
donor, man. I'm like a stockholder, bro.
You're a donor with a boner.
Oh,
But
The
I
money
think
boner.
honestly, bro, I think you're nickel and diming them to give yourself an excuse not to get a Switch.
I'm not doing it. I told
I
you guys,
think
if
so,
it's
bro.
500, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. They priced me out. That tech in there is not worth no $500, bro. That shit can't even play a real Cyberpunk game.
Well, it's coming.
Its own Cyberpunk.
It's coming.
Game.
It's coming with Cyberpunk. I don't know. Developing a whole new game just for a Switch? I don't think
Man,
so.
that Cyberpunk looks cel shaded, dog. I ain't playing for that.
We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, so while we're on the topic of Switch games and we're kicking them while they're down, there was a
BJ's kicking the
game.
world down. I'm trying to be optimistic.
Well, there was a game called.
Right here.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me. Yeah, you know what? Go with your list. Go with your
What's
list.
the
Go with your
game
list.
called?
Dusk Bloods.
None?
Oh,
That's
the
dope.
vampire one. The vampire game?
From
Yeah.
Software.
Yeah. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
like Souls game or whatever. So the only thing I wanted to say about that is at the end of it, first of all, I thought it was gonna be that game, that PlayStation 4 game that everybody's asking for a 60 frames version. What was it? Not folklore.
Forbidden? No. Forspoken.
No,
get out of here, bro. That's
no, man. It's like a Souls game that was really good. It's like gothic looking or whatever, and everybody always asking for them to give us a remastered version or whatever.
Forsaken?
No. It'll come to me later. No worries. But when I saw this, I thought it was gonna be
Software.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just it's not. Yeah, it was before that.
Yeah. it'll come
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. There you go, Bloodborne.
Everybody's like, yo, what the hell? Give us a good, Bloodborne. But whatever. But so I thought it was going to be Bloodborne at first, and I was watching. And by the end of it, it says only on the Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
More exclusives. That's a third-party exclusive right there, buddy. I think eventually it'll come out on all the other consoles. But Sir Nintendo does it, and it's fine. It's fine.
But you know what, bro? I really thought that when they were showing that game, I thought it was going to be, honestly, I really thought it was going to be a Castlevania game. It's like, is this going to be a Castlevania game?
I thought it might be Devil May Cry.
Really? I thought it was
and I think it could be either one of those. I could see the Castlevania, but I could also see... Yeah, I don't know what it was going to be, but I know that it's only going to be on the Switch 2.
Oh, yep.
And that's okay, because it's not Sony.
BJ's not
Sony does it.
He ain't getting it.
Nah, man, they got Mario coming to Xbox. Why the fuck would I get this?
I sent you that thing, bro. I see that thing.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Why would I ever get a Nintendo?
Oh, God.
All these games going to be on the Xbox anyway.
All right, so what do you got?
So what else you got there, bro?
A list of their games that's coming out. Switch 2 edition games, right? That you can do the upgrade for. Which was the Mario Party Jamboree.
Right.
That new one. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, that you can upgrade. Star-Crossed World was pretty interesting.
Which is
I
that
don't know
one?
what that's about.
Is that a Square Enix game?
It
looked like kind of like No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Metroid Prime 4.
Halo.
Still doesn't have a date.
Looks like
Pokemon
Halo.
doesn't have a date. Survival Kids, Kirby Air Riders, Duskbloods, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, which is the story right before Tears of the Kingdom. So it led up to Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And Drag X Drive.
How about Bravely Default?
That's after.
Oh, okay.
These were just like specifically
for Nintendo. I'm sorry.
Switch 2 and Switch 2 upgrades.
Right.
So those upgrades are going to be $20 a pop, I bet you.
You think so?
I bet you money. If these games are going to be $80 games, those upgrades are going to be $20. They're going to be like Sony with your little $10. What the fuck is $10? Let's charge these bitches $20. Watch.
I thought the same. That was going to be one of my questions.
Hey, let me ask you this: How excited were you when they showed the GameCube coming to?
I was very excited. I was very excited.
Is that coming to both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, or just Nintendo Switch 2?
They said solely Nintendo Switch 2 from what I read.
Really? That's
bitch ass. That's okay, Chris. You don't need them. Again. You don't need them, bro.
But they only announced 3 games, dog. Like, what you stressing about?
Yeah.
Either way, though, it's cool to have on your Switch.
They literally said GameCube Classics. Here's 3 games. Get out of here, bro.
Hey, but Chris, don't worry, man. Don't worry. The Ally could emulate all of the GameCube games like with ease.
I was just excited because that's one system I never owned. I never owned the GameCube just because I was already off that Nintendo chain.
No, you missed out.
I never owned that one.
That's where Smash Bros originated, no?
I played it in Japan once because someone I knew over there had it.
Hey, Smash Brothers was on the N64 though.
Yeah,
but it had like 6 characters, and it had like 6 characters, and it did not look great. But it was a GameCube where it really completely blew up.
Yeah, and that's the game I played on the GameCube was the Smash Brothers. That's the only game I ever played on it, and it was briefly.
Yo, what was your favorite GameCube game? Or most interesting since you've never played GameCube like that?
The only one I ever played was Smash Brothers.
No, I'm talking about that they announced.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember which one they announced.
Wind Waker. Zelda Wind Waker.
Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX.
Man, none of them. I mean, Soul Calibur. I always like Soul Calibur, but
what?
Yeah, I always like Soul Calibur. I was a beast in that.
Soul Calibur 2 was fire, and at this time they had Link as a playable character.
Yeah.
And on the Xbox version, I want to say they had Chief or Spawn. I don't remember which
Spawn
one.
was. I'm pretty
Spawn,
sure
and
Spawn
then
was there.
in
Yeah.
PlayStation, I think they had Darth Vader. Maybe
Did they?
wasn't. Maybe I'm talking shit. I mean, Darth Vader was PlayStation and Yoda was Xbox. I'm confusing, but Spawn was one of them. Master Chief was one.
Yeah.
I forget the game. Well, I never played PlayStation like that, but they had their own characters. Oh, it was Kratos.
Kratos.
I
Oh, okay.
thought it was.
It was Kratos.
Um,
Soul Calibur was the shit back in the day, man. I'm sorry.
Hell yeah. I love Soul Calibur. Again,
Maxi with the nunchucks. Kalik was like a cheat code. He can hit you from the other side of the.
Who was the samurai dude? That was my main. I love that. Matsu. What's his name?
Yoshimama.
No, not that guy that spun around like an idiot. The other guy, the guy
Yoshima.
with the Matsuya. I forgot his name.
yeah, it's Spawn for Xbox, Zelda or Link for GameCube, and Heihachi Mishima from Tekken. I think Kratos was
the
there too.
the grandfather.
Yeah. The guy who owns the
old
company.
guy
Darth
with
Vader.
The side.
You're right about Darth Vader for PS3. It was the grandpa guy for PlayStation 2. Kratos.
Tekken.
It says Kratos all consoles. That's weird.
Damn.
But yeah, you're right about
Really?
all of those. And the guy from
I
Assassin's
remember.
Creed, Ezio Auditore.
Yeah.
From Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Ezio. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, it was pretty dope back then, man. When they brought that shit back, I got a little chub. GameCube classics.
Now for now, boys, we going on 2 hours. I'm just saying.
All right. So for other games, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, right? Borderlands 4 is pretty exciting, but that's cel shaded already. So I'm
Yeah,
curious to see how
Borderlands
that's
4.
gonna run on there. Cyberpunk 2027 Ultimate Edition, quote unquote. Damon X Machia. Titanic.
That looked good.
Sound.
That actually looked pretty good.
It did. EA Sports FC, your boy Final Fantasy VII Remake. Integrate.
Yeah, buddy. That's
25
right.
gigs.
I wonder how that shit's gonna work out.
25. I think it's gonna be a little bit more.
Fortnite already plays on there.
Yeah.
Fork knife.
Hitman World of Assassination. Hades 2. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4.
And all this is coming to place Xbox.
Sure.
For free.
WWE 2K.
For free?
Hogwarts Legacy.
For free?
Madden NFL.
Tony Hawk 2 and 3 and 4.
What
Yeah, Game Pass. What he's trying to say.
Oh, the Final Fantasy VII is coming to Game Pass?
No.
No,
I'm talking about
He's talking about
I'm
Tony
talking
Hawk.
about Tony
Oh,
Hawk
when
3
you
and
said
4.
all these are coming for free to Xbox, that's why I thought you were talking about all these games. My bad.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Shit looks dope.
Oh, that looks so fire! I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
I hope it's
NBA
I hope it's multi-platform.
It's gotta be. No?
The
It's
Marvel
gotta be.
fight,
It's a
that's the
Bro? Yeah.
That's the one made
TMNT?
by the guys who made
Oh, snap.
Shredder's Revenge.
Okay,
That's
well,
gonna
but I
be-
think what Chris means is if we play online
No,
together.
what I mean is that they're gonna bring into Xbox and to PlayStations.
Yeah, it's gonna be on all the
He wanted
consoles.
cross-platform.
Plus platform. That's what I meant.
Crossplay.
Multi-platform. Yeah.
But
Cross-play
Not cross-play,
is what we want to
multi-platform.
see.
Crossplay.
I hope it's
Right?
cross-play because I love how good it looks and how good it runs on the PS5. So I would probably get it on the PS5. But
But none of the other games did that. So I doubt they're gonna do it for this one.
what do you mean?
Oh, this
Oh
was
yeah,
the-
yeah. No, you're right.
We can't play Power Rangers on crossplay. We can't play Shredder's Revenge on crossplay. So
Right.
I doubt that they're gonna do this.
Then we just gotta get
You're
it
just
all.
gonna have to pick a platform and fucking play
Yeah.
it on that.
Steam.
Lucky.
We all got allies. That's what
We
I'm
all got
saying.
allies.
We all have PlayStations and we all have Xboxes. Well, this guy doesn't, but because he's.
I understand
got
if
PlayStation.
BJ
Building, bro.
Yeah, I understand if BJ doesn't want to get it for his. I would get it for the Switch, but I want to make sure that it runs well because
Yeah.
I've played games on the Switch and then on the PlayStation, and I'm just like, I noticed the difference, and yeah.
By the way,
The
PJ,
Switch
did
for
you
me.
did you get Shredder's Revenge last month on the PlayStation Plus Premium?
He doesn't
It
have the
was free.
membership. I'd be
I
surprised
Oh,
if
it
he
bought
isn't.
didn't.
Shredder's Revenge on 2 different consoles already.
Oh, okay, because it was free last month.
I got it on my Ally and on
Xbox.
my Xbox. Oh, and I think
Oh,
I got it on PlayStation.
okay, yeah,
Damn,
because it was
I
free last
might have
month. I
bought
was
it
just
3
wondering.
times already.
Damn.
But yeah.
showing love.
Oh,
So
what
what
do y'all
else?
think about Project 007?
Ooh,
Oh,
they didn't show
modern.
They
much.
bring a GoldenEye 2 to the Switch 2. That would be a fucking heavy hitter, bro.
That would make him buy it.
Nah,
That would
I'm
make
not
him buy.
buying it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He'll
I'm
buy. It.
not
He'll buy
buying
it.
it.
Watch.
I'm
Five
not
hundred
buying it.
dollars for the console, $80 for GoldenEye. That's
He'll get
already we're getting
it.
up there.
He's gonna
No.
get it. He's gonna ask for it for Christmas. You see Michelle gonna give him the new Switch 2 for Christmas. That
If
way he
she
didn't go
gets it
buy it.
for me, that's a different story.
There
I'm
you
not
go. There
buying
you
it.
go. He's gonna put it on his wish
Yeah,
list.
but what
Oh,
am I
honey,
gonna do? Oh, babe, you gotta get this back. I don't want
no,
this stuff.
no. Yeah, you gotta stick to your word, bro. You guys, I'm not getting it. Period.
I'm not spending my hard working money, hard earned one on that. You mark my words. I'm
but
not doing it.
but your money's her money. And her money's her
I
money.
mean, she makes some good money. She makes better money than me. Shit.
You could just ask her boss to give her some more OT.
I'll be back in 1 second, fellas. Give me 1 second. Go
All right.
ahead. Continue on. I'll be back.
Split Fiction was pretty dope to see on there.
Which
I
one?
love that guy. Hazelite, Split Fiction.
Oh yeah. Seems like a good
Yeah,
dude.
that shit's awesome.
I love to see all
Star
these heavy duty
Seeker,
games. Hmm.
Star Seeker Astronaut Expeditions. It
I don't
sounds pretty
remember
interesting to me.
outer space stuff. Yeah.
Sonic X Shadow, Generation, Star Wars Outlaws, Street Fighter 6. They got some like third party content. Remember the Switch? That was the main criticism. It's like they don't have any third party support. They didn't need it
Yeah.
at the end of the day. But
And if
now
they
they
did, it was
got it.
crap. Yeah.
Oh, I honestly think that the Switch 2 could be the best selling console of all time, but I think that they priced themselves out of it.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna sell as much as the because if when nobody had it, I understand wanting a Switch, but I think a lot of people are gonna look at it and stop and say, "Do I need one right now?" People like us, a little bit more hardcore gamers, are gonna say, "Well, I want to play these games with better graphics. I don't want to deal with, the lesser version anymore." So you might upgrade. I think a lot of like the hardcore gamers will upgrade to the Switch too, but I think you might have people that are kind of like, I already got a Switch. It's the same cartridge. Maybe games are. I think a lot of games, the majority of the games, will be released on both Switch and Switch 2.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna sell at the pace of the first one, but you never know. I don't know.
But you have that hard
I
fans
think they
like
had the chance. They had the
Yeah.
fucking chance. They screwed it up with the name and they screwed it up with the price. You enhanced on all the gimmicks. For the first time in Nintendo's history, they actually stuck with a part 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I can think of was Game Boy Advance or Game Boy SP or whatever. It was still Game Boy,
SD, right?
right?
Game Boy SD or something like that.
Yeah, but they stuck with Game Boy. For the first time in the
Mhm.
history of their consoles, like they actually stuck with the Switch. They didn't name it something
Yeah.
else.
And you know why? Because the name Switch carries so much with it. The name Switch is almost as heavy as the name Nintendo. The Nintendo NES, Super
Yeah.
Nintendo, the
Yeah.
Nintendo 64, Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Wii, and now you have the Switch, and people just like are calling it the Switch. Yeah, the Switch, the Switch, the Switch, the Switch. It's like the name has gotten so big that they were like, we have to carry this over. But they could have
Should have
done
gone
Super
with
Nintendo
Super
Switch.
Switch.
Super Switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Could have gone with Super Switch.
And
Yeah.
would have
So
sent
they
us free
fucked that up.
give us free copies for giving them the name and everything. That would be great.
Yeah. And it has a slightly altered design. It's bigger, it's better, it does everything better. They could have gone with the Super Switch.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then
Right.
the price point, man. I don't think that people gonna it's not
Oh,
gonna sell like that. They got the games to back it up. Nintendo of any fucking publisher got the games to back it up.
What was the old Nintendo Switch? It's $399.
I think when it first came
I
out, it
don't
was
know.
$399, and I think
$349 and $399 with the game bundle.
I think the
Something like that.
OLED is now $399, and the regular one is $349, and then I think the mini or the small one is like
Right.
180 or 200, something like that.
Right.
Or
Yeah, the light.
200. The light,
The
yeah,
light.
that.
Yeah. So from
They didn't
300,
even come up with the different color Joy Cons too. They just
So-
have the strip.
so from $399 to 500 to $499, $100 will make you get it. $100 price difference.
Correct.
You got an Xbox. I mean, the first Xbox was $399, and then you got an Xbox 360 or
And
whatever Xbox One. It
If
was
this shit was
$499.
$400, I would have got
Let me
that
see.
shit.
Let me
That's
see.
how much
The-
I paid. No,
the-
I paid $500 for my.
But so you figured that the
PlayStation
Xbox
2.
360 was $299, the Xbox One was $399, and then the Xbox X was $499. So every generation went up $100.
Yeah, but this is all outdated software. I mean, like hardware.
Well, not to Nintendo. To Nintendo, this is an updated. This is the revamp.
I know, but
right?
to us, I'm not gonna regress. There's not gonna be any third-party games that are gonna be on Nintendo that I'm not gonna
Well,
buy on my Xbox first.
But you regress when you buy the Switch anyways, because to me the Switch is
I
inferior to
buy
it.
Nintendo for Nintendo games. I don't buy Nintendo for Call of Duties or if they're
No, but
gonna
I'm saying
put
yeah. But so
Halo on that shit.
you don't care about playing the new Donkey Kong game, the Bananarama game. That looks pretty good.
That's why I buy Nintendo. I buy Nintendo for the Mario Karts, the
Right.
Marios, the Luigi Worlds, the Zeldas, the
Which
Pokemon.
you're getting all that. You're getting all that stuff.
First of all, after playing Scarlet, that last Pokemon game on the Switch that ran like complete shit,
Mhm.
I was already tentative about buying this shit because
Okay.
the new Pokemon game that I want to play that has all this new shit coming, the Legends ZA or whatever, I
Right.
have to wait. I'm not gonna buy that shit off rip first. I'm not buying it to see how it performs because Game Freak is terrible. At this point, they're garbage. And if the game plays like that and has all those bugs, I wouldn't even buy that shit.
Mm.
So
Okay.
if it's on a Switch 2, but the game plays like that because it's Game Freak that's doing it, which there's no reason for a Pokemon game that looks like shit like that to be so laggy and have all these performance issues, then I wouldn't upgrade. The only
Hey,
reason I was thinking about upgrading was Mario Kart and the Legend of Zelda's that I can play on like updated hardware. Because I wanted to play Tears of the Kingdom on my Ally, but the emulator thing, they got lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? And then they
Right.
shut it down.
we could still make it happen though. But hey BJ, speaking of Pokemon, I saw this video, kind of like a new video retrospective kind of thing, talking about why the fuck is Pokemon fucked up in the year of our Lord 2025, and it started talking about that new Pokemon game coming out, and it was showing like, oh look, the graphics do look a little better, and he goes, until you realize that the reason the graphics looks better is because they got rid of any corner or edge or anything like that. And it goes, look at the buildings. Every single window is copy paste with the same reflection on every single window. All the buildings are flat. So of course there's no jaggies because there's nothing to be jaggy. It is a fucking flat wall. Like, he goes, you walk up to the wall and it is completely flat. And he goes, so it's like they didn't even enhance the quality or the game or anything. They just lessened the detail in the game. Like, what an ass backwards type of way to yeah, I'm at a
It's
fucking
Game
loss,
Freak.
man.
Yo, the Pokemon company should not allow Game Freak to do what they're doing. Yo, this is why Power World made such a splash into the market. They enhanced on what Pokemon should be with their game. Pokemon Game Freak is just trash. I told y'all the world of Pokemon or whatever the fuck you want to call it, that idea, they should have already been on that. And now maybe since they have this new Switch 2 game chat social arena, they can make it like a World of Warcraft Pokemon edition. Like
Right.
you get to star in your own regions, you get to, travel in the whole universe of Pokemon, but
Hey, do a battle Pokemon card game and put the cameras on each corner so you can see who you're playing against. That's dope.
No cards, please.
maybe you can do that.
Oh, my bad.
I mean,
You
for
guys have
BJ likes that kind of game, so he
Sorry.
collecting cards and playing them against people. Like that's what he does in the pocket in his pocket game. That I'm doing it too, like the Pokemon Pocket game. You play those battles, and imagine you could do that now that you have the camera. You could see who you're playing against, and you could have multiple people.
Hell of a lot of people in Japan and shit. There's always some people in Japan.
Curse them out, right? Curse them out. What is it saying? What is this guy Gene saying?
Nah, you gotta be very respectful, bro. You can't show America's not all like this.
Arigato gozaimasu. They'll be like, Baka Gaijin. Baka Gaijin. You know what I mean?
No.
What?
Super foreigner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, what do you think, man? We're at the 2-hour mark here. Should we wrap
Yes,
it up?
sir. Yeah, I'm falling asleep.
I know Chris is
Yeah.
passing out. I know you're passing out.
Listen, I'm gonna
Leave me.
I'm gonna leave this thing. I'm gonna leave
Final thoughts.
my thoughts. I think this is the best direct that Nintendo's had, not just because it had a Switch 2, but because it shows some good games in it. I really hope that this generation of the Switch 2 proves us all wrong and Nintendo does something that's amazing. I hope to the point that it makes this guy buy himself a Switch. That we get those impressions in June. Come on, was it June 6th? I think is the release date, if I'm not mistaken. June 6th, right? Is the release date?
Something like
June
that.
June 2nd, June 6th, something like
June
that.
2nd. Either way, that within that week we hear such great positive feedback from the community that it makes this guy go out and buy one because now he's curious that Nintendo does something like this.
Mm.
I'm
not getting one for a long ass time.
I'm reserving
just
my
saying,
income for an Xbox handheld that may be a supercomputer.
But I hope that they succeed with this, and I hope they do a great job with it. I hope. Like I said, I'm always hoping for something better. So
Okay,
we
hope that they succeed with this. And
Yeah, 'cause
they're gonna keep doing these fucking practices. So what's gonna happen next year? You're gonna pay $30 for a fucking upgrade because you hope Nintendo gets away with this crap that they're doing right
but
now.
isn't that what we do with PlayStation 5? What we do with the Xbox?
Oh,
Series
eggs
S?
are like $12 right now. You want me to pay for Nintendo games, dog?
But I'm just saying. Like, isn't that what we do when we go from my PlayStation 5 to a PlayStation 4 Pro? We pay the difference of the new console, right? It's the same thing. It's a marketing strategy.
It's usually a gigantic leap from the last edition that goes up. This is just putting it where it should have been. At what point? When did PS4 come out, Jay?
2013, I think it was.
Oh, it should have been what 2013. What consoles was in 2013 is where we at right now.
But Nintendo does what Nintendo's going to do. Nintendo,
so Nintendo can go fly a kite, dog. I don't know.
But you bought a Switch. But Nintendo is for those people who have the nostalgia of a Nintendo as a kid.
BJ can only afford the child support for one console. The Xbox already has it, so leave it alone. That's not my baby. He's not paying it. The lie detector determined that's not the father.
I say this:
$500 reluctantly for a PlayStation 5.
Sell it and buy yourself
a Nintendo.
Sell it and buy yourself a Switch.
You heard it here, folks. The PS5 is better than the Switch 2. BJ said it. All right, guys.
I agree.
But it's not better than the Xbox, right?
Of course not.
No.
Sir, I like games more tailored.
Final thoughts, Jose. Final thoughts. Let me get your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Mass Effect is awesome, man. I'm excited about 2. That's it. The Switch 2. Go make your sales, do your stuff. I'm gonna keep playing my retro games for now. I'll watch from the sidelines, and when Chris gets one, I'll come over and watch it. So, and Donkey Kong, the new Donkey Kong game looks all right. Looks okay.
It looked good. It looked good.
Thank you for
visually.
saying
It looks good. The gameplay looks really Weird.
Instead of a 3D Mario, hey, let's make a 3D.
Can I tell you
Donkey
this?
Kong.
A lot of the games that they were showing, and I'm sorry, going on for like 2 hours now, but a lot of the games they were showing, it reminded me a lot of Astrobot. I don't know if you ever saw a couple of little things when the guy was running a little remote, whatever it was. I forgot which game that was.
Reused assets that they bought because they're lazy as fuck.
Well, that or PlayStation bit off of Nintendo.
I know.
No, there's no chance.
Like Nintendo is hiding PlayStation. Man.
Thank you. They're copying everything. They're like, wait a second. The games are 70? Fuck it, let's go to 80. Oh, they charge $10 for an upgrade? What the fuck is $10? $20, bitch. $30 next year, like BJ says. This is an abomination. Oh, the PS5 costs $500. Why shouldn't our Switch cost $500?
I mean,
all right.
We
even
get
though
remasters.
it can't even perform remotely close to the Switch. I mean, the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 5 Pro. But let's fucking.
But that's a PlayStation 5 Pro, right? We're talking about apples.
But let's go $500
and grapes.
bro.
But how much was the Pro?
500 bands.
The Pro was 500. How much was the Pro?
650 or something like that.
$699. $700.
With no what? And with no what?
Dick drive.
With no what?
With no disk drive. Just a plain digital system.
Yeah, but how much memory was in that shit?
1 terabyte.
All right. How much is in the Switch 2, dog?
256.
A quarter of that.
I'm not defending them, but I'm not defending. I'm just saying.
One
I'm just
quarter
saying.
of it.
Dog,
but I'm just saying.
You're not even making sense, bro.
No, but I'm just saying
$500. I'm gonna
bet
get
you
256 gigs on my shit. Yo,
Hey,
the
it's
Ally
better-
stock come like.
What did that Switch 2 have? 64 gigs?
What you mean? What did the Switch have?
256.
I mean, the Switch 56. Okay, so
60. No, the Switch original is 32, I think.
That shit had like 32,
so
bro.
this already sextupled the amount of memory that the Switch
How
originally
old is
had.
the Switch, bro?
Like
We
10
at
years
1
old.
and 2 terabytes. There's a 2 terabyte Xbox Series X out there right now, and you're talking about 256 gigs, bro.
The 2 terabyte Xbox has no disk drive either, FYI.
And any fucking SD card that you had,
But it's what? But it's what? $500?
you gotta buy a new one. So
I'm just saying.
with the
I'm just
SD
saying.
card, the controllers, all that shit, you're paying like $750. Get out of
Okay.
here, bro. I ain't
So
doing
you
that.
pay. So let's say if you get a PlayStation Pro, you get new controllers, do this, do that, and you disk drive, you paying
I
almost
only
$1,000.
need one control. It comes with it.
But what if you
Yeah, I
want a
don't
disk
need
drive?
that.
What if you like? What if you like Jose and I that we like our hard, like our hard? No, like what do you call it? Our hardware.
Oh, yeah, we like
You
it
want-
hard.
You
And we want-
motherfuckers
we-
and bring your controls.
We want our
over my
CD. We
crib.
want our CDs. We want our CDs to play in our systems. We don't
you
want
guys
digital.
want to do that old school shit, bro. We're moving on.
We are collectors. We want to have our Final Fantasy Rebirth freaking collector's edition, bro. We don't want get some digital pictures.
And I'm done with this shit.
All right.
Hey, Nintendo guys, this is the best direct ever. That fucking system looks pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie, but that price is outstanding, like
he gonna get
outrageous,
it.
outrageous for what it
And
is.
he's gonna get it. He's gonna
Nope.
get it, bro. What?
Never.
What?
Standing
You're
here,
gonna see him
you
next
heard it
time.
first. I told y'all like 1 or 2 podcasts ago, I'm not getting it if it's priced 500.
I don't remember.
500.
I don't remember. You act like CNN, false news,
Oh, God.
fake news.
We've had the whole handicap thing. Now we're going politics.
shit.
This is the best
Hey,
episode ever.
Nintendo was my second favorite, and now it's my third. Sony.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn.
Yo.
Next thing you know, you'll say Atari's your
Oh,
first. your
shit.
favorite.
Damn, son.
Damn. It's like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Pamper that ass. I might give my fucking PlayStation 5 a massage after this.
Damn.
Oh, you're gonna go.
Hey,
You're gonna dust it off. You haven't put anything on it. You might just dust it off.
Oh, I dust it every week. I just don't play it.
I got some
I
games
wipe
to lend
all this
you.
shit down. This is the cleanest part of my whole house.
All right.
All right, fellas.
All right. We'll leave it right here. Thanks for joining us. Hit the sub if you're not subbed already. I don't know what you're doing here if you aren't. Hit the like. I guess it'll help everybody see this and eat it shit with us. But yeah, we'll see you guys
And don't cancel us because of BJ and his little
or
joke.
Chris.
What did I say?
You guys with the wheelchair shit. Yeah, so get a Switch 2, get the wheelchair game. I'll see you guys on the slopes. See you on the
Yes,
next
sir.
one.
We be
Peace.
Mario has a small pee-pee.